Hello everybody, you're here with Claro Beauty and today is a day of fragrance. So today I'm very excited because this was a fragrance that I ordered obviously as a sample because I heard about it, and it is by Initio. It is Atomic Rose. Now I'll tell you my excitement about this. I ordered it nonchalantly thinking, all right, it's one of their favorites. And you know, my expectations always go high, but I get a little disappointed because I have a very specific taste of what I like or not like, right? So, you know, I get excited about smelling the different fragrances, but they don't end up being like, oh my God, that I love. When I received this, I was very surprised because it was the first fragrance I ever smelled of Initio. And I don't know anything about the brand. I seen it in the big department stores, in the fancy department stores. And I might have got close to smell once, but I don't remember necessarily. But I just didn't know about this brand. The bottles are gorgeous. And so that's why I remember seeing them. But I had never smelled, or I don't remember smelling of any of their fragrances. So I received this sample, and when I smelled it, oh my God, it is an explosion. I fell in love with it immediately. So much that I actually went in their site and ordered the whole discovery set, which comes with all the smells, because I think this brand, I would compare a little bit with the Tom Ford private blends, where I think even though they might have started as a niche, or they are a niche fragrance in that sense, they have found a way to be able to make it a little more accessible, or I would say plural, you know, being able to be for a lot more people. And I mentioned that because when we say niche fragrance, what we mean is a niche where houses of fragrances that were specialized on that. They were not from a designer or more collective. They were looking for signature essence, right? And so a lot of those niche houses have been purchased now by bigger conglomerate, more designer sort of things. So this niche idea, well, I don't want to go into that. Maybe I'll do a video on that. But so it is in that category, kind of the private blend of Tom Ford and then this. But this is a totally explosion. I'm very curious about the other scents, and I will be making a video on that for sure. If each has this kind of explosion on their own, you know, if each makes that lane for its own, because that's what niche does, or that was the intention, that each fragrance is so complex, so interested, so mature, that it will be recognizable on its own, that it will have its own presence. So this Atomic Rose definitely does. So let me read you some of the ingredients. I mean, first, I'm on their site, and let me just read it. There's a whole paragraph of the description of the scent, but it says, a rose distracted into scent of phenomenal power, an olfactory explosion with an intense emotional charge, an exhilaration of pure energy climaxing into intoxication, an extraordinary fragrance in the true sense of the word. I mean, I can continue, but do you hear what I'm saying? It definitely is as I'm describing it. At the end of the whole reading is bright with its shadows, feminine and masculine, soft but ruthless. I mean, it is a great explanation. I'm going to spray it here. Oh, man, it's all of that. I love it. I just love it. So the main notes: Italian bergamot, Bulgarian rose, Turkish rose, Egyptian jasmine, vanilla Madagascar, all naturals. I mean, where do we go with this? Yes, Atomic Rose. I mean, atomic. You definitely smell the rose. Definitely. I have many other fragrances that have rose in it, but the rose in here is just, I don't know why the word melancholic comes to mind, but no, not. It's just intoxicating in a very beautiful, open way, because I have other smells that is a rose cut through, meaning undeniable rose, but it could be too much rose. This one is undeniable rose, but it has this maturity to it. It opens up So it's not a cut through per se, like you get it and you get the rose. No, this is like intoxicating rose. It opens up and takes you. It's almost like now I'm wearing a cloud, or I'm inside the rose cloud of an atomic rose. So the rose is intoxicating, but in a good way. Immediately captures you. I don't know how else I could describe that. You cannot ignore it. It's there. Now, because of that reason, the projection is big. So it could be too much if you're in a date, be like, is there, is there, is there. It doesn't fade away. So this is very long lasting for sure. It smells beautiful and nice, but it's there. You can't forget about it. So maybe for a night out, in an open club or open restaurant or open something. I don't think this is a fragrance that you want to be inside a car for many hours, even though it smells delicious. So let me just say what at the Fragrantica website, the main accords is described as rose, floral, vanilla, citrus, soft spicy, amber, fresh, powdery, and green. Now, I don't know about the other ones like the citrus, the spicy, the amber, I could see, the fresh, the powdery and green. I don't know if the powdery is something that makes it ground together. And the green, I guess green because I wouldn't say mellow down, I wouldn't say grounding. No, it's just a full explosion, and it continues to be a full explosion. Even if you notice, I get energized by it because it takes you. I don't think I can just sit and read a book with this fragrance on. It just mobilizes you and inspires you, and it's just beautiful rose. So that's it. Would I be buying a full bottle? I did consider, once I got it, I did consider it, one of those things that it's not like other fragrances I've reviewed where it grows on you and you have to get your palate used to it and then you really start enjoying the fragrance. No, this one, when I open it, I'm like, oh my God, I love it. However, I wore it for a couple of days and it is intoxicating. I mean, it is becoming like, okay, no thank you, it's a little much. So you have to be in the mood. And when I first smelled it, I did say I want the bottle because it's so delicious. It's probably a scent that I will go back to. However, I did order this sample, which is 2 millimeters, and I do have the Discovery set coming up, and I think all of them have 10 millimeters on each. So I would not be buying the full bottle just yet. That's gonna be for a while, and it comes all the other scents from the house, because for what I hear, there's many others that have this very unique fragrance experience and mood and scent with it. So it is a bottle that probably, yeah, I can see somebody getting the full bottle for sure. I could have seen myself getting the full bottle if it wasn't because what I just said. So it's a very lovely scent. Would it become like a signature scent? I'm not sure, just because it's not a scent that it will go away, that it will be something that you can wear every day or during the day, that would not call too much attention, because it's there. It's absolutely there. But for one of those days or one of those nights where you feel like it, or like in my case, when I just feel like smelling it, I think it's a winner. I love this fragrance. Definitely it's one of the top favorite ones, and I'll be doing a video on those also. But for now, I really like it very much, especially if you like that rose and open and explosion in an atomic way. Atomic Rose from Initio is the winner. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.